What's up, guys? It's Tuesday, August 1st. We're getting our daily update and live analysis here. I don't have my partner today. I'm not going to have him tomorrow. Joseph Levy at Ascending Capital. He's out on personal time off. And I will tell you, yesterday was the best day ever for the hedge fund. We only started in May, June, July. So in 3 months, July was the best month ever. Yep. And yesterday was the best day ever. And I want to say that we have a sub account in the hedge fund, which is modeled after the StoryTrading morning show. So if you're a VIP member, if you pop on at 9 a.m., we make a list of what you think are the top stocks for the day. We'll go through them today. And we've been following that in July, and that account returned 21%, crushing all the major indices, even RK, in July. So we're really excited to kind of prove to the world and show to the world that our process of picking stocks outperformers on a day to swing time frame really can beat markets. So we proved that out in the month of July. We went in this morning telling you, look, like yesterday we had a couple 30% winners in ACHR and GDRX. I'm like, I don't think we're going to have 30% winners today. We just didn't have those type of catalysts and chart setups to do that for today. You can see this is the order we gave you the stocks this morning. Uber, Overstock, FFIE, and it can go down all the way to Palantir. Top 6 or 7 there up to Palantir were the top ones we talked about today. And you can see overall it's disappointing. Yeah, we have 2 great big winners in FFIE and APRN. We'll go through the price targets and the thesis a little bit on those. But those are also higher risk. Those are microcap stocks that have, because of that, we do much smaller allocation, and we have much larger allocations in stocks like Uber, Overstock, and Plug. So we are getting hit today, but definitely we do like seeing the thesis work out today acutely in FFIE and APRN. So let's dig into it first with Uber. So Uber, I guess we made a mistake on this, and we'll have to see, how we handle it at the end of the day, because we do like to be in a nice amount of cash at the end of the day so we can have that cash to deploy tomorrow morning. So right now we're down on Uber. They had earnings. I looked at it as a inflection point quarter. Just like Palantir, when we identified Palantir at like $8 or something, it's when they flipped to profitability, right? There were 2 inflection points. One was the initial time they flipped to profitability, which is back here in February, and then the second quarter of profitability was here in May. So that was okay. That's very important for a growth stock that's quote unquote overvalued, that hasn't made money ever. When you flip to profitability, there's a lot of people who thought Uber would never make money. So I said, okay, this is an inflection point. And so I guess I didn't look beyond that. And maybe that was a mistake, because they didn't raise guidance for 2024. Dan Ives was on Bloomberg TV earlier today, and he was saying the same thing I was saying. This is an inflection point quarter. He was saying Wedbush, they're buyers today. He's explaining the price action today because they didn't raise EPS guidance for 2024, saying that they're likely basically sandbagging, right? Setting expectations low so they can beat it. When the stock is up this much, the street wants to see raised guidance. And because we didn't get the raised 2024 guidance, it's not really running today on that inflection point that we saw. So Uber not working out for us today. And tell you the truth, we'll probably have to shave some off towards the end of the day. Unfortunately, even though I really like it long-term as an inflection point, I even added some to my IRA today. But as far as the hedge fund goes, we may have to take a loss on some of those shares to raise cash for our great ideas tomorrow. Overstock. Okay, this one, we had our catalyst this morning. They are now Bed Bath & Beyond. And the stock it's holding up. If you look over a 5-day chart, even over 2 days, you can see it's like over $35. So it's beating the markets here on a 2-day basis, a 5-day basis. But so far, we have not gotten an additional boost from this big press release that they are now Bed Bath & Beyond. I have to tell you, they've done a really good job, management has, and the technology rollout of the website and the 2 apps right on time, very professional. Everything coordinated very nicely. The messaging really good. So I continue to like Overstock. I think this Bed Bath & Beyond rebrand and absorption of the customer database from Bed Bath & Beyond and the Bed Bath & Beyond brand on all the app users, everything, I think that's going to be extremely, let's call this consequential to the bottom line and the top line, obviously, for Overstock. So I'm sticking with this. We've been on this for a few weeks, and we're up pretty big. So looking for 39 to 43. We did add some extra shares today because it was within our top 3. Usually top like 2 to 5. We'll look at adding extra shares for the day. So also that's not working out, but I'm actually hopeful. Overstock is holding up really well. And I think there's a possibility we could close at least break even or maybe green towards the end of the day. Overstock acting a lot better than, say, like Uber is. Okay, FFIE, we gave you the thesis early this morning, an AI EV stock. sentiment tailwinds and sentiment premium written all over this, backed by Palantir. I mean, can it get any better from a sentiment perspective? And then they had a press release this morning that their deliveries are starting for the first time, going to be next week. We gave you 2 targets on this, and then you bounced off the 20 DMAT. This is like a perfect story trading idea. The only problem is they're burning lots of money. They're going to have to keep raising money. And it's a penny stock. So like the fundamental pillar, not really there, but the sentiment catalyst and technicals just perfect. So we gave you 2 targets, 34.47 right here, which is the candle on July 19th, and the 200 DMA at 40. Well, look what the high of the day was, 34.40. Like how uncannily accurate is that? You really don't need any kind of fancy technicals. I mean, candle analysis and moving averages is quite enough for the way that we pick stocks at StoryTrading. So almost to the penny, the first resistance level. Now, up 11%. I wish I had a bigger position. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think we should have big positions anyway in risky stocks. So who knows? Maybe we'll do that one day. But it would have helped a lot to make up for what's going on with Uber. But as it is, small position for us, and even though it's 11%, doesn't really make a dent in the downside so far we're seeing today in Uber and Overstock. All right. So FFIE, if you played it, great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. By the way, this chart setup looks 447 and make a move towards 40. That looks almost all but guaranteed to me. Okay. If it doesn't happen today, tomorrow, or the next day, notwithstanding the possibility of some surprise offering, which is the reason we don't do big size on stocks like FFIE. Okay, plug triggered for us yesterday. I mean, we've been in this for weeks based on the catalyst and the technicals back a few weeks ago, but doubled down our position yesterday on the cross of the 200 DMA. So that 200 DMA is bouncing its support today. So that's great. This is really bullish. If we can continue to hold this 200 DMA, all we need is another press release, another catalyst, and then what you get, $14 to $16. Let's just see when earnings are, though. We got to be careful about that. So earnings August 7th, next week. All right. So you have to be wary of that. We do have a large swing position right now. So we will probably reduce our position going into the earnings report next week. So something to be careful of on plug, but looking good on a day when there's big profit taking everywhere. Plug, good relative strength. We're going to talk to you about a couple other stocks with relative strength. And it's important to look for relative strength on a day like this with, let's see, ARK is down 2%. Over 2%. IWM's probably down. Let's see what IWM's at. So NASDAQ and S&P are down like 0.3%. Yep. On a day like this, when you're seeing pullbacks and profit taking, important to note your relative strength, because stocks with relative strength, when you do get a green day, let's say tomorrow, if the markets bounce back, the stocks with relative strength today will probably do the best tomorrow. And some of them could have explosive moves. So look for that relative strength. All right. Plug relative strength. Overstock a little bit of relative strength. Also, we'll get to SMCI and NVIDIA relative strength today. That's very interesting. PSQH not working yet. And this is another one, high risk, smaller size. We're waiting for the catalyst. So it's a little bit painful here right now. I thought this thing was bottoming out and stable, like closer to 13. So I don't like seeing this below $13. However, we do have a major catalyst coming any day. It might come even tonight, and that's PSQH Public Square is going to be the first advertiser ever on Tucker Carlson's Twitter show, which is seen by millions, if not tens of millions of people. And I think for sure that'll cause a big bump in the stock price the next day or whenever they announce it. They may announce it ahead of time. It may be announced on Twitter by Public Square, something like that, like look out for advertisement tonight on Tucker Carlson. And we don't know how this is going to come out. But once it does come out, I do expect a pop, and my target is a 15 to 20 range to exit on that event catalyst, on the exit trade. We'll exit on the catalyst. That's what we want to do on PSQH. APRN has been awesome. This triggered for us yesterday for VIPs. We gave it in the community at like $5.25 when it broke over the 20-day moving average. Actually, this chart's a little bit inaccurate because they didn't account for the split correctly. So let me just see here if I can get a better chart for you, or maybe I'll just read it out to you. Let's see. Okay, so it was the 20-day moving average it broke yesterday. That was a trigger. And today it's interacting with the 50-day moving average, which is around $6.05. It's currently over $6.05. So this is important. If we can close over $6.05, we could see like dollars of moves in the next day or so. All right. They also have earnings next week. We're in this for the event anticipation run of earnings. We're going to be selling our swing shares before earnings. We also have a core position that we'll hold for earnings. But right now, very important level, 605. If it can close above that, we can maybe run another buck or two even before the the earnings event later next week. It is later next. Let's see if we get a date on that. August 9th. Yeah. Okay. About 8 days from now. All right. So that's the story with APRN. Looking good. Again, sometimes I wish I had a larger positions, but no, you can't do that. Maybe you can. We can't do that at the hedge fund. We just got to size things smaller when they're higher risk. So Palantir, we gave this to you under $17 Friday morning with a 19 to low 20s price target. So we hit our initial target at 19. Now we're looking for low 20s. We're still swinging a nice size position, although we did reduce it some when it got into the 19 to 20 area. Look at that relative strength today. Beautiful, beautiful chart consolidating its high gains with higher lows. This is just beautiful. Is that an inside candle? 20, 2010. Oh, well, it's bullish just the same, higher lows. So look at this. This is just gorgeous. Stan Ives, $25 price target. Rex Man from Roxbury Trading, around a $30 price target. I'm looking for like low 20s. So 22, 23, something like that. I'll be looking to reduce our swing position further, or in case it breaks down. We're sitting on a huge profit. We got into Palantir early, reduce just to preserve our profits. So those are the big ones here for today. It's nice to get two stocks here for you up 10%, 10, 12, 13% each, even though overall for the day we're not doing well. Overstock, keep that on, man. Look at this. It's now down 2%. That's a real possibility to turn green today, this afternoon. And the other thing, let's just look at the SMCI chart briefly. SMCI, we've been swinging this for a while. Looking for basically the high 300s, believe it or not, which sounds crazy, but I mean, the numbers are just too good. So I'm real excited for what could happen tomorrow or the next day or the first green day we have after this little correction. Then SMCI could really explode much more further than this 1.4%. This relative strength is going to stand out, as well as NVIDIA's relative strength. Both of these looking poised to have big moves higher, I think, in the very near term. So, and beware, we got lots of earnings coming Wednesday, Thursday, like big ones, Apple, Amazon, and lots of others. So if you want to be part of all that early morning analysis, you can join us at storytrading.com/app. Oopsie, wait, we got a comment here. So I'll get to the comment in just a second. And let me put the banner up so you know where to go to join our community. So it's going to be, where is it? No, it's this one. There you go. Watch Pre-Market Prep Daily, 9 a.m. Go to storytrading.com app, grab a free trial, and you can see that. By the way, hopefully every Wednesday we do some other special shows. So Wednesdays at 12 p.m. usually, unless sometimes there's a last-minute change of schedule. But we have Chris Tuttle, fundamental investor from SPACfest IPO Candy. So every Wednesday at 12 p.m. And then we have Rex from Roxbury Trading every Thursday at 12 p.m. Those are exclusive VIP shows. Added bonuses you get when you become a subscriber over at storytrading.com/app. It looks like let me see what this comment says. Would you hold overstock beyond 43? Good question. I will be. It depends if we have room in our long-term allocation. So my swing target is 43 on overstock. And I think I'll be looking to get out of most of the shares. Now, the bull thesis, especially one that's been being put out there by, I think his name is Mark Cords, is compelling. Really compelling bull case that, this can see 70, 80, 100 plus. They're saying there's $35, $36 of value just in the VC arm that Overstock has. There's something regarding some blockchain investment for Wall Street. It's very compelling. And the chart's very compelling, right? So we will definitely reduce most, maybe if not all, our swing shares of 43. And then we're going to kind of evaluate the catalyst at that time, how it's interacting with this resistance level, and then potentially we'll make a decision to see if we can make room because we have a number of limited spots for long-term positions. It's like 25 stocks in our long-term account. So if we're going to stick this in for like multiple quarters to try to get like 80, 90, 100, we got to kick some other stock out. So I think that's a decision we'll make at that time once we get closer to our swing target and we get out of this. And boy, is this looking nice. Is the market coming back or is this just overstock? Let me just see what RK is doing for a second. Let's see. RK, yeah, it's coming back a little bit, but this looks like an overstock specific move. Yeah, I think institutions are going to be impressed. I think when they look at the website, and one thing that I love about this management, they've been like everything they've said, it's basically been ahead of schedule. Like they're say little, do much, right? Like promise a little bit and overperform. They were saying like, yeah, in early August, we're going to rebrand, right? And they did it on August 1st. I had a suspicion they'd do it August 1st. You know why? Because after they bought the Bed Bath & Beyond brand out of bankruptcy, one day later, the day after they bought it out of bankruptcy, they had already changed Bed Bath & Beyond.ca in Canada they already changed Overstock.ca in Canada to Bed Bath & Beyond.ca. They did that in one day, right? So when they gave us a heads up or when we understood that Bed Bath & Beyond stores were going to be closing this weekend, right? And they're saying early August. So I thought to myself, probably they're going to do it in one day also. So, I mean, these guys are impressive. And take a look at the website, take a look at the apps, really coordinated, tight messaging, very beautiful launch. They're getting, by the way, a ton of media attention today. Many, many articles being written about this. You can see Wall Street Journal, Market Watch, Dow Jones, Benzinga, it's all over the place. And there's probably going to be on mainstream media. When I say mainstream, it's probably going to be on sites like Daily Mail today, if it's not there already, or tonight. It might be there today, tonight, or tomorrow. Same thing. It might be probably will be on Drudge Report today, tonight, or tomorrow. So this is a major of seeing this coming back. So, man, we picked up a lot of shares in pre-market. We paid up. Usually we do well paying up in pre-market. We paid like $36.70 for extra shares for today. So we're taking it on the chin there. Usually it's story trading. We're making the right moves buying pre-market. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but happy to see that hopefully moving back towards break even for us today. Pretty exciting stuff what they're doing over there with Bed Bath & Beyond. All right. I think we're going to leave it at that. Let me see if there's any other questions. Don't see any. And with that, hopefully we'll see you in our VIP community tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Again, just go to storytrading.com/app. By the way, make sure to like this video, comment, whatever you can do to help spread the word so we can get a larger audience for this YouTube every day. That'll be great. Or on Rumble as well. Really appreciate your support, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Our VIPs, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everyone.